We're starting off high.
We can get a two fools agree on that one. Oh, by the way, look, we got the wide shot.
There was you had accountability. Now what I can
Now all you need is a podcast and a YouTube channel.
No, not even.
Where give me the money. Show me the money.
Apparently there's a Foolproof page.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. Live on Facebook.com/Foolproof Entertainment Network. I need you on Twitter. I need you to repost the Facebook pages.
To raise a human before I would
trust a human to raise a pack of wolves?
Before I would trust a pack of humans to raise a wolf.
Right. I hear you. Yo, what up, fools? Welcome to another edition of Do Fools Agree. As always, I'm your host, Michael Reggie, here with my main man, Clifford Jordan Jennings.
I wish there was audio for this.
Tisms and jisms, or is this, that'd be me. For the podcast listeners.
I almost feel like I bid you adieu.
I bid you adieu.
I don't know. I feel like that's the male hand curtsy.
It is. The bow with the little roll of the hands.
Yeah, there had to be a dickhead that did that the first time. And people were like, "Oh, look at that. He's fancy. That's a fancy dickhead."
A fancy dickhead.
That's what I think that. I guess I'm a fancy dickhead.
So you're circumcised? What?
Listen, I don't know.
You can find gems and more like this in our previous 99 episodes as we enter episode 100 tonight.
Listen to infinity and beyond, Mr. Lightyear.
Is that because I'm bald now?
I was about to say, all you need is a purple hoodie.
And some wings. Dink.
And they're like, yeah, that's either a negative Trayvon Martin or that's Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, we going in like that. All right. Well, we did say tonight's episode is about keeping it 100.
I'm sorry, but that is...
The negative Trayvon.
like
Bizarro Trayvon.
Like the film. Like the film. Oh shit.
I'm trying to think of a comeback and I got fucking nothing.
Oh yeah. Nothing else to say.
Cliff over here looking like the negative Post Malone.
Oh,
I don't
know. Listen. Oh.
That was pretty solid. Well done, sir.
Oh shit. Good shit. Where we at?
This is gonna either be a really good episode or a really bad episode.
Oh shit. Oh, I'm entertained.
I'm sure you are.
I don't know about Oh shit, you got any inadverts?
My inadverts are ones that I cannot share this week.
You got the unshareables.
Yeah. One too many divorce meetings, one too many close calls on some dumb shit.
Oh Lord.
Acting a fool. What can I say?
Well,
we do have a questionnaire update. Questionnaire works, man. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I'm just saying. Food every time, even the blind fool catches a nut.
I catch my fair share. How was your week? Your week all right?
I had a pretty good week, actually.
Yeah? Are you in the new role?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
All right.
I haven't. But you know what's funny about that, and I don't know if it's me or the system. But remember I told you that Friday that I got the news that they were going, or was it? Well, I told you that Friday
that you were going to get the phone call on Monday, yes.
Right. And that's what happened, right. But I thought I told you that I did, like, I signed my acceptance letter or whatever, but it didn't go through.
Oh, no. I don't think we talked about that.
No, I didn't know that until today. I signed the acceptance letter, but I didn't know that the acceptance letter didn't go through. So here's what's funny about it is because I'm going through my work week, and my boss's boss keeps asking what my last day is. And I'm just thinking, that's odd. Like, shouldn't you know what my last day is? Like, if everything's been filed, right?
Not if you haven't approved
right.
it.
So I'm giving them my last day, and then for some reason, like, they switched everything from email to, like, the thing that we clock in and out of.
Gotcha.
Now.
Is
like,
it Workday?
Yeah. I hate it.
Workday's better than E-Time, but yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's reasons why they like it more.
Oh, yeah. Workday has better workflows.
I don't like it. But I go in there after they say that just because it struck me as odd, and I'm glad something made me do it, too, because I went in there and it said...
please accept this offer by yesterday.
No, it didn't even... It's like no updates or anything. It just said, offer letter set for review. And I was thinking, like, not only did I review it, I signed it and submitted it. I even did my manual signature.
Okay.
Like, because you know it's all e-sign, where you can do a font. No, I did my own and hit submit.
Gotcha.
And I guess it didn't go through. So something said before I did that, before I did that, I messaged the lady that I interviewed with and was like, did you ever receive my offer letter by chance? Because something's telling me to review it.
Follow up, yeah.
And she was like, no, not that I know of, which is also another bad sign to me.
Right.
Thinking,
not that I know of.
Why the fuck wouldn't you...
Why wouldn't you follow up?
Right. Why wouldn't you be like, we didn't get it? Like, you know, like...
Talent acquisition, man.
Listen, but I sent it again, and she was like, it's done, you're hired. And I was just thinking, like that is... I can't help but think that is a bad sign to me. Honestly, though, because I don't run shit like that.
But you have to understand that HR, like... And I love my HR.
I don't mean like that's a bad sign, and I don't mean to cut you off. But before, I don't mean that that's a bad sign, like that I may not dig the position. But let's be honest, I'm sure I won't. It's a position. You know what I mean? Like, it's any job.
I've yet to find a position I don't like, Cliff.
You could give me paperclip counter, and I'm probably not going to dig that position. If you gave me paperclip counter for $50,000 a year, probably not going to feel that. It's still the job. You know what I mean? I don't like it. But I'm saying that to say that if you really needed motherfuckers, like you say you need motherfuckers, and you're trying to turn shit around,
right? When
you have a Devontae Adams or a Cooper Kupp out there, you make sure you secure the bag before you go on to do anything else. And I'm not saying that is what I am, but that's what I'm saying.
That is what you're saying. I'm kind of a big deal.
You know what I'm
People
saying?
know me. My house smells of rich mahogany. Many leather-bound books.
I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. So it kind of threw me off, but other than that, good week.
I mean, keep it 100. Kind of
keep it a buck, you know? Keep it a buck for the buck.
Good shit. Well, I don't know. We talked a little bit today, a little bit yesterday about what we were going to talk about tonight, and I think where my thought was like, we could do something like listy with like 100 things or 100 whatever. I'm like, we've done enough lists lately. We did an interview type thing. I kind of wonder if we just go through like life lessons, like keep it 100. This is all you need to know. This is all you need to know about life.
I don't know if I'm the guy that you can get that from, is all I'm going to say. That's what I'll say immediately, is I don't know if that's me.
Yeah. Maybe you could give the Q100, you don't need to be doing this.
Listen, that's all I'm saying is, like, I can't even say that, right? Because it may work for you.
That's true.
I'm not the guy
Everybody's
that's
different.
like, yeah, the stove was hot for me. May be cool for you. May be off. You know what I'm saying? That's up to you. Do your thing.
That red light might not indicate anything.
You
like,
know
it
what
doesn't
I'm
mean
saying?
the camera's on. What are you talking
Right.
about?
Listen, that's up to you. But what I will say is, man, I'm like the Dave Chappelle keeping it real
Keeping it real gone wrong.
Right, that's how I get from the whole situation, right? Because,
I mean, I'm feeling that way today, especially, and it's about the shit that I talked to you about before the show.
right. And, you know, in situations like that, you just gotta kind of chill out.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
You know?
When you're willing to go above and beyond, and somebody still wants more. Yeah, I know. All right.
Yeah, you doing too much already.
Just imagine if I was
100.
Just imagine if I was still drinking. There's no way I'd make it through this show tonight without spilling some tea and
You already have.
letting it go, man, letting it fly.
You already have Queen Elizabeth.
You know? Shit. All right.
But what were we talking about?
I don't know. That's the whole point. Like,
on?
we did not do a good job of coming up with the topic for our milestone 100th episode.
But I feel like I was.
But shout out to superfan Amanda for the Fool's Agree cake.
Oh yeah.
Shout out. Thank you.
That was nice.
It was very nice.
What I feel like I was saying something.
I don't ever know what you're saying. I do like though how your shirts get like a cool font and everybody else gets this block bullshit.
Listen, because I'm trying to express my style, my personality versus yours.
Oh. I'm the block letters guy. Is that what you're saying?
Right? And I'm real cursive, piss in the snow.
Signing your name and
You
shit.
know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Nah, but these is old. These is back when I was just throwing shit together. I still
Gotcha.
get these ones with the
Shit.
I'm knocking shit over with the YouTube and I wear these so people can see the shit on the back.
Oh, okay.
Times and
Oh, are you just a walking billboard with that one?
This is a billboard shirt, so it
All
gotta
right.
be more snazzy.
I can respect that. out here looking like a NASCAR car.
You know? Listen. But damn, man, I feel like I was saying something and it's still on my tongue.
When we were in that keeping it 100, you were like, for real, I'm the example of when keeping it real goes wrong.
Oh yeah, I said Dave Chappelle shit. Yeah, I wasn't saying nothing. I wasn't saying nothing for real. I was just saying it. I mean, it was the truth, but it was. Yeah, man. Sometimes you just need to shut the fuck up. Sometimes you need to keep it 50.
Keep it 50?
Keep it 55th Street. Keep it 55th Street. You see that dude Crip Mac?
No.
Man. Yeah, sometimes you gotta keep it 55th.
Can I tell you how disappointed I was at the halftime show that Tupac didn't show up?
Man.
Either in real life or hologram form.
They ain't got no hologram. Because let's be honest.
Well, I mean, they had like the box stage, so I was like, that was actually my rationale, was that
like
it was going to be
right.
That they could have done it in one of those boxes, because they could have gotten the projection right.
Like in one of the house rooms.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I mean, they had it set up perfectly for you to think that they...
Oh, yeah. Right before he went into Still DRE, what was he playing on the piano? It was,
I Ain't Mad At You.
I Ain't Mad At You.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like I said, unpopular opinion, I wasn't a fan of it.
Ugh.
I just wasn't a fan.
Too many white folks liked it for Cliff to like it. That's what it was.
I mean, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't get the analytics. I didn't get the analytics before I decided I don't like it. You know what I mean? But that could be it. You know what I'm saying? I could have seen him out in the crowd and was like, oh, tisk.
just too much.
Tisk motherfucking tisk. Nah, it was just it was just a concert.
Yeah, it was.
That's
it was nice that they played a football game around a Dr. Dre concert, though.
Right? No, right? No, that's the thing, though. I will say that, right? Because since I found out that I've been missing my Brilliant Idiots, right?
Yeah.
I listened to the new episode they released today, and he was saying that it wasn't, and I disagree, right? But it wasn't about a performance. It was about... Well, I guess I agree and I disagree. He was saying more so it was about the fact that this is the first time actual hip-hop has been amplified on a stage like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, there's never been a situation where they put a rap song or rap anything on
like
live
NFL.
TV.
Yeah.
Like ABC, NBC, that
I mean, despite the fact that all those guys have performed on late night, right? This is probably the first time it's ever
Carson
been.
or not Carson, I said
but,
Carson.
But same idea. Like, whether
what
it's...
What the fuck is the new one?
I don't know. Colbert.
Kimmel. That's not the one I'm thinking of. What's the one from the movie with Queen Latifah? The Taxi movie.
I don't know, man.
The little one, I don't know.
I know who you're talking about. The one who does all the like sing
on,
shit. Yeah.
Right. Saturday Night Live or something. I don't know.
Why can't I think of his name? That's gonna drive me fucking insane.
Yeah, it's gonna drive me too.
And I know.
That's that press guy.
Right. Jimmy Fallon. Thank you.
Jimmy Fallon.
Drive me nuts. But Colbert, Fallon, Myers, Kimmel, they've all done that shit.
Right. You know what? I'm surprised that nobody's done that from a podcast perspective.
Done what? What do you mean?
Like the late night, like the late night vibe, but it would have to be almost Jiminy Glick-ish. You know what Jiminy Glick is? Martin Short, where he plays the fat interviewer.
Right.
Where it's like, almost like, what's that?
It'd almost have to be comedic. Like,
right.
Like, or like Zach Galifianakis.
Like real but satirical. Like, you'd have to have the right interviewer.
I mean, but that's... As much as he drives me fucking crazy, like, that's kind of Bill Maher. I mean, he does it on HBO, but, like, I'm sure there's a podcast version of that show. Or a podcast version with him.
Is that kind of Bill Maher?
I think it is.
See, I would have to know, right? Because listen, this goes to show how much I know my white men. I always get Bill Maher and Conan O'Brien confused.
I think Bill Maher is much more conceited and smug than Conan.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't mean like conceited or smug. I almost mean like, what's the dude that interviews all the hip hop dudes? I think he's like...
I mean, Letterman did that with his like Netflix series.
No, he's like I don't even want to say nothing crazy, but what I think is correct would sound crazy if I say it. I'm not even gonna
You're not gonna
say
say
it.
it?
I'm not gonna.
I mean, Trevor Noah kind of does that style too. Like it's late night, but you could put Trevor Noah in the Daily Show in its current form.
Let me
in that kind of realm.
Let me look up this real life joke so I can
say it out loud.
Because it's gonna be. I'm pretty sure. I put Google.
Clips over here using Google.
First of all, I'm Googling Google. Second of all, I spelled it Google.
Google. That's the French version. You get Google.fr on that one.
And I'm wondering why there's so many accent marks above these letters.
Google.
What was Oh yeah, I can't say it.
You can't say it.
Let me just say it. Let me just search it.
For the audio listeners, Cliff is on his phone Googling.
I wish you could connect to my phone and like see what I'm searching.
I mean, there are ways to do that.
Oh my gosh, it came straight up. Okay, so never mind. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna say his name is Nardwar.
Nardwar?
Right. Yeah, and I was wrong.
I don't think you said anything that you can say is wrong.
That's the joke right there. Anybody that listens back to that was the fucking punchline. That was the punchline right there.
We broke Cliff tonight.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, Nardwar. He's British and Colombian. He's from Vancouver.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Very.
I have no idea what the fuck we're talking about at this point.
Oh no, but Nardwar was the dude. I was saying like how he's a character as he's interviewing
Gotcha.
someone.
So like the same kind of shit that Sacha Baron Cohen does. Whether it's Ali G or...
Okay, that's the dude. Right, okay. I didn't know his name.
Or Borat. They're nice.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm not very familiar with his work, but yeah, I guess that is a... Their shit's... Like, do they not know him? Like, he's been Borat since we've been in middle school.
I don't know.
Not know
he still gets it. Both of his movies are like legit interactions with people.
But see, my whole thing. Oh, like really?
Yeah.
See, I always think that his movies are scripted as if they're not scripted.
No, because I've seen like behind the scenes footage from it, and that shit is like, no, they don't know that they're being played. Like, he legit went up at
you
basically...
You trying to tell me Bigfoot, aliens, and the Loch Ness Monster ain't real when it's Americans out here that have not seen him and he's been around for at least 25 years.
Yes.
See, you got me fucked up. Y'all can't... Man, listen. The man motherfucking Della effect.
I mean...
Y'all can't tell me something funky ain't happening because... That doesn't make no motherfucking sense. He's still,
He's niche, though. Like, you either like him or you hate him. And, again, most of his shit has been on premium, like, channels.
I don't know nothing about him, to be honest.
So, but you know, like, who he is.
Yeah,
and, like,
I didn't know his name was Sacha Baron Cohen, but, I mean, I had heard that name. What did I do with my vape?
Oh, this is... I think, let's do the over-under. How many times on air has Cliff lost his vape?
Since the beginning?
We're 100 episodes in. I'd put it at least 15, 20.
I was just about to say that, about 15. I'd say about 15.
All right.
On air, though, I would say actually, probably about 12. Probably about that 9 to 12 mark. And if I had to put a number on it, I would say...
This number goes down
11.
every time he says this.
I'll say 11. Yeah.
Start out with something that, seems feasible and just slowly work it down.
Oh, 12. What were we talking about?
Fucking fine now, dude.
Sacha Baron Cohen. I don't like him. He's I just don't like him.
No. I mean, I get it. I wasn't a huge fan. I don't like most of his character work, but, like, the Borat thing, mainly because Jake and I went wild with it for a while there in, like, D.C. He had a friend who was, I think he was Portuguese, and we're riding around on the subway, or on the metro, and this gorgeous woman is walking around with, like, this fuzzy white hat on. And his buddy just goes, "Pretty girl in the white hat, very nice." You like? These are good times.
Had to be there for that one.
No, it was fucking hilarious.
I feel like you have to be there for his movies.
Kinda.
No, I don't mean there in the theater. I mean, like,
mean
there
like
on set.
Where it's happening?
Right, there at the moment. And even still, I'd probably be like,
yeah.
You don't recognize this motherfucker? God damn, y'all are dumb.
Rural Texas, I
probably
think, was
wouldn't
the last
recognize
one.
him like that. I just told you I don't know my white men, so I'd probably mistake him for Doogie Howser. Or not Doogie Howser. Oh, God rest the dead. Screech is dead, isn't he?
Neil Diamond? Did he die? I think he did. Wasn't it some kind of overdose situation?
I don't know. Don't give me the line.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think he's dead.
I don't remember.
Well, shit.
I feel like that was one that got talked about. I was trying to find Fresh Prince. I thought it had come out, but I haven't seen it yet.
You talking about, it's not Fresh Prince.
Oh, Bel Air.
Yeah. It's out.
Is it out?
It's out.
I've got Peacock and I haven't seen it pop up.
Really? Because Ashley was watching it the other day. She called me.
Yeah?
And she had it on.
Alright. I'll have to check that one out.
I do kind of want to see it, just to see it, but I don't like the casting that they did. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling Carlton. I'm not feeling Uncle Phil. I'm not feeling Hillary.
Yeah.
I can't remember Ashley. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I don't know. Like, usually shit like that where you have that preconceived notion, it, like, flips you. Like,
it does.
I didn't know it was going to be like that.
But I think that's part of, I think that's an expectation. We talked about it before. Expectation management, right? Like, if you go in with low expectations, you're more likely to be impressed or surprised by it. The problem comes when you go in with high expectations and then you're nothing but disappointed.
Well, see, unpopular opinion, I wasn't the biggest fan of Will Smith of Fresh Prince.
I believe that. That makes sense. I mean, it's not for everybody.
I think I've said it on here that I was more of a Martin guy. I didn't like watching Will Smith like that.
Will Smith was for white folks.
I think that's deja fucking vu. I think that's deja vu.
Well, that's what happens when you've done 100 episodes. Sometimes we have the same fucking conversation.
This whole shit's a mirage.
The simulation. There's been a glitch.
I'm trying to tell you, this is the Mandela effect.
I had a sharp spot of deja vu this week? No, it was the tail end of last week.
I always like that feeling. I don't mean to cut you off because I want to know your deja vu. But weird fact about me, I love those deja vu situations. And I'm going to tell you why. And I also love the same feeling I get is I love those situations where you wake up somewhere and forgot you were there before you went to sleep. And you're like, where the fuck? Okay, you know what I mean? And I think the feelings correlate because when I get deja vu, I get an eerie feeling.
Yeah.
Like whoa, watch out. Something like something everything's connecting, something might be about to happen type shit, and it puts me on edge. The same way when I wake up, I'm immediately on not like an adrenaline rush, but it's like a get your bearings together quick. 'Cause
Right.
you don't know where the fuck you're at.
No, I think adrenaline rush is precise. Like, I think that is what it is when you wake up and you're like, I'm not sure where I'm at. Like, your heart rate spikes.
Right. Like, it's like, this isn't normal. This isn't familiar.
Right.
And I don't know.
You know what's weird?
I guess I just like being in that place like that.
That will happen to me, like, if I go and stay at someone's place. Never really happened to me in a hotel before. Like,
you are absolutely... I've had it happen to me at my father's house.
Yeah. The last time I remember feeling that way was with Michelle and Chauncey up in Pittsburgh. Was waking up and being like, where? Fuck. Oh, that's right.
I don't remember the last time I've had that feeling, but I like it. I do like it.
I mean, flip side is, like, these days, I don't wake up anywhere except my bed, so...
It's almost like nightmarish, and I'm not saying that I like nightmares.
But you're not saying you don't like them.
Nobody likes a nightmare, but there's something about the feeling of waking up and being like, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when you're in a nightmare, you're pumping, Yeah. But when you wake up, you're like, okay, you're tripping out. And it's kind of the same feeling where it's like you wake up and you're like,
unfamiliar.
Okay, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. I remember going to sleep here. I'm tripping out. I don't know if deja vu quite fits in that category, but you get the same emotional effects from it.
A little bit. And I think...
me, at least.
No, and to your point, like, it depends on what the situation is. Like, this one was a very mundane thing.
Yeah, I was about to say, I still want to know your deja vu.
Yeah, like, we were talking about... and the reason I know it was a deja vu scenario from a dream, and I've talked about it on these shows before, like...
Oh, we're going to get back into that.
My dreams have a bad tendency of being premonitions. Like, so...
We're going to get back into... I'm glad you said that, but continue.
So this one was real mundane. It was like 3 weeks ago I had a dream talking about... It was something like international testing. And at no point... Job related.
Okay.
At no point in my career have I ever had to deal with, like, international testing.
That's funny you say that.
And... Not last week, but the week before, what was I talking about in a meeting about something I know nothing about? Fucking international certification testing for a new product we're launching.
For real?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck. And literally, I'm like, I heard the same voices in the dream that were on this call.
I know exactly what you mean. And time out. This is why I say, listen, you might have just steered us in the right direction, sir. You might not even know you did it. But first and foremost, I'm not convinced that deja vu isn't the dream before it happens.
Okay.
Like, almost like not precognition where you see it and then it happens, but the dream is letting you know what's to come.
Yeah. But that would be precognition, I would think, right? Because I don't have the deja. I don't have the deja vu feeling during the dream. I have it when I'm awake. Right.
I guess it would be a form of precognition, right? I guess I was thinking like more so from like a That's So Raven perspective.
Okay.
Where you see it before it happens. Right. Yeah. But I guess it is the same thing, right?
Well, if you can recall where or how it happened, yes.
So listen, this is why I say that.
If you can't recall why it's happening, I think that's more deja vu.
This is why I say that.
Precognitive deja vu is the...
Okay,
I've never actually been here, but I've seen this before, and oh yeah, it was in a dream or something else.
Okay, so yeah, then I guess... Okay, well, I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I'm probably both. Simultaneously.
At the same time.
But
Cliff is the Schrodinger's cat of answers.
Listen, don't open my skull. Maybe dead, maybe alive. May not be nothing in that motherfucker.
Well done for getting a Schrodinger's cat reference.
You see what I'm saying? So don't play with me, baby. Just because I am who I am don't mean I ain't am what I am. You hear what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
But the reason why I say that, right, and one of the reasons I'm still hung up on to this day, and I'm hoping that this is a deja vu. And I feel like this is deja vu, right? I feel like we've talked about this before. I just don't think we've gone into this detail. I think I've told both stories, though. But I doubt that the same viewers will be around to care.
Which is fair.
I'll never forget, I had a dream that I don't even remember what I was doing in the dream. All I remember is, and I remember, now that I'm saying it, I remember having the conversation into this microphone. But all I remember is seeing the silhouette of a woman's body, like laying down sideways, like almost like on the hand, arm, shoulder thing, like on some Titanic paint-y type shit.
Move your mic closer for me. We're getting a little bit of feedback that you're fading out.
Okay. And you couldn't see anything in the silhouette. It was all black. I could see hair, I could see the shape of a body, and I could see like body parts, like a figure. But everything was black, and all I saw was red, like a red
outline.
Right, red outline. Like vivid, right?
By the way, this is how I set up the bedroom now with the adjustable bed and the colored lights. But go ahead.
Look, you ain't gonna get what I got. I guarantee you that. In the dream or the night. I'm just playing. Kinda. But all I remember is that. I remember a bright light in the silhouette, right?
Okay.
It was clearly a dream. Happened long before this took place. But I remember being with my ex-girlfriend before I was with the mother of my daughter. And we were in her room, her bed laid up against her windowsill, as most do, right?
Yeah.
But I guess it was like west. Sun rises in the east, sets in the west, so the moon comes up in the west, right?
The moon's a little different, but yeah. It's, yes. No, they both come up in the east, I think.
Do they?
I don't know.
But either way, it was facing the way that the moon would shine, and that's where the red glow came from.
Which from the
because
moon?
She had sheer red curtains.
Okay.
Now she also had a red black light. Like it wasn't a black light, but it was red black lights like lined up around her ceiling. But those weren't on. It was just the sheer red curtain, and she was lying on the bed, and I was sitting on the foot of her bed, and we were smoking a blunt. And I was ashing the blunt, and I looked up, and I couldn't see any of her. She was completely black, but all I saw was the outline from the sheer curtain and the moon shining in past her, and I immediately got that. It's almost like a nervous feeling, like not like something's wrong, but could make the connection quick because something's off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know you've been there, but you haven't been there, but you know it's familiar type shit.
Yep.
And that when that happened though, when that happened that vivid, and I put the connection together, it almost made me feel like, and it's ironic that I had that feeling because this is when I was still making music too. And when I had that dream or that experience, I always thought, well, why haven't you ever dreamed of being on stage, being like big, like being
making it?
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, clearly because that wasn't the
path.
Right. That wasn't the intent. That wasn't the whatever.
That's not what the simulation is
exactly.
already dictated.
That's not right. Now here's where it gets real weird, right? Because I used to have this recurring dream back in the day. Cannot remember the young lady. I don't know if she's familiar. I don't know if I've seen her before. I don't know if it's a celebrity. I don't know who it is. But all I can remember is being had to be a foreign country, period, point blank. I was on a balcony. Down at the bottom of the balcony was the road. Road was cobblestone.
Okay.
Young lady walking down the cobblestone road, and me, like, it felt like vacation-y. Like, I wasn't, like, that wasn't home. Like, I was there. Because I remember, like, doing something I wouldn't normally do. Like, I was yelling off the balcony, like, hey. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You would normally do that?
Not like here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends. I guess it would depend. I will be honest, and I'll say that depends. I could normally do that. But
you don't have a balcony right now, so. Or a cobblestone street.
Right. And I don't know if any baddies in German. No, I'm just playing. I was only kidding. But in the dream I ran down like the building trying to
Which does not sound like you, but continue.
Like I ran not down the building, but like I ran down the steps, like yelled, couldn't get her attention, so I ran down the steps trying to catch her, could not catch her, and like I remember walking down the cobblestone streets, like different streets, like trying to see where she went. And I ran into her somewhere. Now that's where it gets foggy. I can't remember that picture. But I have a real photographic type memory. So I know that if I see this in real life, first of all, that would indicate success to me. Right? Because that wasn't in the United States.
Yeah.
Now that I can say from the dream factually, was not in the United States. As you know, I don't take vacations.
Right.
And the only reason why I don't take vacations is because I don't have everything taken care of here for me to be spending to go elsewhere. Like, I feel like a vacation is a getaway. They call it a getaway because you're supposed to get away from your reality.
Yeah.
But I'd much rather improve my reality than escape it, than waste money escaping it and have to come back to it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to take a vacation out of the country.
Right.
Right? Unless success is involved to where I have money to be like,
hey, Cliff,
fuck it.
I hate to tell you that for our 100th episode,
listen,
we're taking this shit to Europe, bitch.
And I'll be
like, get your passport ready.
I'll be like, Arab Emirates, how much is this plane ticket cost? Can you refund it, and how fast can you get it to my account? The fuck? Unless it's a business trip, I'm like, who paying for it?
I am. That's what I'm saying.
I don't even say that, motherfucker. You ain't got it like that, motherfucker. Give me the cash. You can save that. Give me half of what you would have paid. We can make something happen.
I mean, if I wasn't gonna be paying $1,500 a month,
you stop it. For you being some deja vu.
No, I mean, the problem is like the one that's like that for me. Your earlier one that you actually like witnessed the events.
Yeah, that one was.
I have one, and it's one of the worst. Days of my life.
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
I had a dream that it's late at night. Doorbell rings, and there are 4 figures, standing at the door. I'm still sitting on the top of the steps, and they are there to tell me my father's passed away.
Right.
And it was a few months later. I want to say it was like 9 o'clock at night. It may have been as late as 10. Doorbell rings. There's my stepmom, my stepsister, my stepmom's 2 friends, and they're there telling me about my father passing away.
Well, that doesn't like, signify success.
It wasn't success. That's why I said it was more about
with the Illuminati or
the previous dream around like something coming very much to fruition that you've dreamt before.
Right. No, I get what you're saying.
So,
but
like,
see, those, I feel like those situations make sense.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's almost like the good Lord or whoever you believe in. They're
preparing you for that situation.
Right, exactly. It's like warning you rough waters ahead, you know?
That's fair.
But I feel like situations like that where it's just like, I wasn't doing anything. Like, there was nothing prominent about that event other than the fact that I
had seen
connected 2 and 2 together immediately. She probably could have seen the shock on my face.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, I was just stuck. Like, this is exactly... Like, it's almost like a...
Like, you just froze in time because that's where the dream ended? Like...
Right. Right. Nah, but it's almost like a lottery winning situation. And it's not like you've won it, like you have a benefit from it, but it's like the connection of the two things happening that you thought were so far off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you almost consider dreams to be fiction just because they're dreams.
Yeah. Right.
You know, and I guess that's where people say dreams coming true, right? Because that's a fictional thought. That's a thought that I didn't see coming to fruition, but it came true. So I guess when you have a dream and it comes true, at least for me, right? Because my dreams are crazy.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of it doesn't even make sense.
No, I'm with you. And I've had
abstract shit.
Right. Right. It's not translatable.
Right. And then when you have one that's just so clear,
yeah,
and it's clearly happening the same way, it's like, oh, there's the ticket hit. Now, I don't know what I got for this ticket. Well, I know what I got for the ticket. What's that for the ticket? Don't so much know that was for the ticket. I think I deserved that.
Here's to getting what we deserve.
Right, you know?
Actually, no.
Right. I think I would have, I'm just saying, I think I would have gotten that whether the deja vu happened
or not. I got you. Huh.
So here's the thing. So they say that you can't, right, have like a deep, vivid dream like that unless you're in REM sleep.
True. Which is interesting to me because those deep, vivid dreams are the only ones that I've ever been able to turn, like, lucid. Meaning, at some point, I can actually control the action and what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And usually that's, like, right before I wake up, or at least it seems like it's right before I wake up. Like, it's in that weird state where, like, it's the whole, you can hear an alarm going off, but the alarm's happening in the dream.
Mm-hmm.
And you can make the decision to either stay in dream world or snap back to reality.
Listen, I had a dream the other night, and this was just last night or the night before, and I'm not even gonna stunt. I had a dream that I took a shit in the dream.
Oh no.
And walked past the bathroom and was like, you blew that bitch up. Listen, to the point that I was expecting, I shit myself. You know what I'm saying? Nothing in me said you shit yourself, but the fact that I smelt that like that in the dream was like, whoa, buddy. And I think I know exactly
what died inside of you. Probably that White Castle that you're thinking about getting later tonight.
Listen, man, I definitely am. Man, I think I know exactly what happened, right? Like, so I sleep under the covers.
Okay.
Like, even the covers over my head, like...
Oh, really?
Yeah, even if I have a pillow, I don't sleep with my head on the pillow. I put the pillow on my head.
Okay.
I'm dyslexic that way. And I think...
Trying to suffocate yourself in your sleep.
I don't know. But I usually keep, like, a little hole. For real, though. You know what I mean? Like, I keep a little hole by my face, like, so I can still get the cool air. You know, because you can feel the air. But what I think happened
usually
was...
keep a little hole next to my face for a little warmth. Maybe some moisture.
Well, bitch, if you got that shit by my face all the time...
No, you don't want it there all the time. But.
The fuck? I am in REM sleep. I can't help you out anyway unless you like the feel of a beard and a mustache. And if that's the case, the living room is not. I'm just playing. What was I saying?
I don't know. Something about a hole in a pillow.
Oh no! Basically, I think I Dutch ovened myself in my dream. Cause I'm saying though, they say, listen, I was listening to a podcast and they said that you have to eat greens because it's the spear of your digestion.
Okay.
Meaning like the greens cut through first and make it easier for whatever you ate to come out. And with that being said, I've been trying to eat salads with every meal that I have.
Smart.
So when I wake up in the morning,
oh, you gotta.
Not even always like immediately. Sometimes it's like after I drink my coffee a little later.
Well, that's normal.
But what I'm getting at is there's no having to wait. Like it's a good healthy shit. Like I'm sit down. I don't gotta push nothing. It's just we're good and we're up. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't always the case. Sometimes it's like you gotta sit there. You're on your phone and you're like, okay, stomach's kind of, here it comes. But no, there it is, just like, okay, it ain't even and I'm thinking like, maybe that's what maybe that's why you supposed to eat, like they say, eat your vegetables. And like, of course, there's other reasons aside from that. But I'm like, that's the most important thing as I get older is getting bullshit out. You know what I'm saying?
Out of both sides.
A buck. Keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? And now that I'm getting older, knowing that greens, just eating greens, spinach, salad, shit like that.
I need to get back on it. I've been bad about it lately, but I was pretty solid.
It just goes bad so fast. Like it
that's
go
my thing.
bad so fast.
Like I'll buy like the 3 spears of romaine or whatever that come in the bag because the bag will seal and keep it a little fresher longer. Right. But then I'm like, I don't know if I want.
I need to get some new Tupperware. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Because if you got good Tupperware and you got your salad mix, it's not gonna go bad for.
It's gonna stay a little while.
Right.
Yeah.
You got it for at least about 4 or 5 days, and that's. Seems like a lot, but if you got good Tupperware, you're good for about a work week.
Well, yeah, and if you're doing it with every meal, yeah, you'll go through it.
Right. But
I need to get back to doing it on like pizza nights.
See,
it's the only time where that tears me up.
But you know what? It's almost to the point now where it's like a habit, like drinking a beer or smoking a joint, where it's like. I kind of need it with the pizza.
That's actually a good habit to have. Like,
well, I feel like either of the two that I named are as well, but for other reasons.
Yeah.
But
stress relief,
prison reform, all of that, but. As far as like just the greens, it's like it's not even about the digestion. It's about I need a cut.
Yeah.
So whether it's I'm eating chicken or pizza or after I eat so many pieces, I need a cut of something.
Yeah.
Like, you know how, like, you go to the perfume shop, like, when you're buying something for your lady and you're testing shit out behind the counter and they keep giving you the coffee ground so you can reset your...
olfactory senses.
Right, like your nose palate. I feel like that's what the salad is. Like the pizza, so much pizza just makes you feel like I'm done with the pizza. But if you have the reset, then you're like, I have a piece or two.
Yeah.
And then your salad's gone. But the only thing I will say from that conversation is there's no fucking way we have never not been omnivores.
No.
Like these people say, no, we were vegetarians or we should be. That's a fucking lie. And I can tell you for one reason. Even like I know I've said it before when I fought in the Tough Man, the month and a half before that I went straight vegetarian.
Yeah.
I didn't eat any meat until the night before the fight. And I remember saying I don't feel like it affected my strength like that, but it definitely affected. What I'm getting at is when you eat only vegetables, you're never full.
True.
You're full when you eat it. Like when you're eating it, you say, yeah, I've had enough, I'm good.
Right, but then you're hungry again 10 minutes later.
Not a half an hour later, your stomach is growling. And when you are in the caveman era, the era of survival with animals, you can't afford for your stomach to be growling or feeling like you need to eat again after an hour or two.
Yeah.
So you have to eat something that's going to sustain you for the long haul. Because it's a good chance when you're hunter-gatherers, there's a good chance you're coming home to berries if you don't catch your meal.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you're just coming home to berries, you're a vegetarian.
True.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which would mean there would never be hunter-gatherers.
Right.
We'd all be gatherers.
Right.
Or hunters of herbs and berries. But we would never be hunter-gatherers if we weren't eating the meat we were hunting.
Right.
I don't see any other way that you're sustaining yourself enough to where you can go. Because you got to think, it's not like now where you can open your refrigerator and eat. You may eat today and not eat till Wednesday. You're not going to be able to do that off of a fucking grass salad. It's not going to happen. Even if they gave you a fucking salad like we have today, it's not going to be enough to sustain you for more than a half a day.
Right.
So what are you going to do next? You're going to eventually eat a fox or a wolf or whatever you see.
Something with meat that's going to fill you for
Period.
a day or two.
There's no fucking way. Like, I don't get how people are like, nah. And then like, a plant is living too, right?
True.
Like, we've proven that plants will curl to pain. You know what I mean? Like, you set a lighter to it and it'll curl like they can feel it. So, if they are that, it's almost like the fact that we don't study it is enough for us to say, doesn't matter. Which is why they're, what's it called? Pescatarians or pescatarians that eat fish and shit.
I think that's right.
Because we don't have enough knowledge about fish.
Right.
Right? we know dolphins are smart. We know whales are smart. But fucking tilapia, a salmon, a catfish, we'll eat that and we'll eat grass because we don't know.
They don't seem intelligent.
They don't say ow. But you mean the cow won't scream if you... Yeah, of fucking course. But show me where the mouth is on a plant.
Right.
And you can't hear a fish scream underwater. Right, you dumb bitches? I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
No, Mitch Hedberg used to have a great line about that. He's like, I like fishing, but I always throw the fish back because I don't want to eat it, but I do want to make it late for something.
That is funny. That's funny. That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, the escalator cannot become broken. It can only become stairs. Sorry for the convenience.
Listen. Right.
I could just do Mitch Hedberg's whole set on this
Listen,
episode.
I like Mitch. I did like
He was one that gone way before his time.
Mm-hmm. I did like Mitch. But listen, that shit just drives me crazy. Like, it's just what do you call them? I don't even know what you call them anymore. Like the redundancies or the...
I lost where you were going with this, sorry.
Listen, I'm lost. I'm just riding the ship. I feel like in the middle of my eyebrows is a small pirate captain with a big wheel that just keeps spinning it that way. And I'm just fighting the waves of life with this captain that's trying to do donuts.
But why is the rum gone?
Right, you're right. Trying to do donuts in a fucking tsunami in my head. And I'm trying to figure this all out. Meanwhile, seeing shit that already took place there. Call that deja vu, I guess. Right? Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Here we go again.
I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm just fucking Davy Turner. He wasn't the guy that was always left to the ocean.
Davy Jones?
Davy Jones Locker. That's why I said Davy Turner. And then mixed them. Yep, that's me. David Jones.
I figured it out. Cliff is the negative Jack Sparrow.
Is that right? Help me understand. Because I wanna invest.
Mate.
I wanna invest. I think Jack Sparrow.
That might be Johnny Depp's best character. The early Jack Sparrow.
I don't know if I can. I was about to say I think Jack Sparrow was a little pessimistic, but
he was.
So maybe I'm just Jackie. Yeah, no, I think. Yeah, they were definitely spinning in his head too. He was a risk taker.
He was very much a risk taker, but good at heart because he jumped into the ocean to save Elizabeth.
But he also loved her.
He did.
So that doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count.
No, anybody would do something like that for the person they loved. It's about people in general. It's about knowing that I can. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you should lose your life saving someone else's. Unless that's what you get paid to do.
Right.
Like a fireman or something like that, then yes,
police officer that complains about being killed in the line or shot
as
at
well.
line of duty.
Now, I don't think that police officers, while I don't agree with them nor like them, I don't agree that they should die for nothing.
For nothing. That's fair.
But if you can die to protect and serve, that's your fucking job.
Right, that's what you signed up for when you put on
your
the
job. They
blue.
don't pay you enough. It's not mine. But I don't even remember what I was getting at. I guess the bottom line is I'm a pirate.
Cliff the pirate.
I'm a pirate. I'm like...
What are you pillaging?
Knowledge.
What are you pirating? Knowledge? I actually like that answer. Well done.
Yeah. Because it's all a mirage, right? And you know it's crazy. Like when people say that shit, it's crazy. Like that sounds tinfoil hat-ish. It's all a mirage. What do you mean by that? But when I really cut it down, like to the bone of the cut through the fat of it all, everything means nothing. Your emotions, the anxiety, the depression, that whatever it is you're suffering from means nothing because it's always only situational.
True.
Now, if you're a chronic depressed person, like to where you never get out of it, I don't feel sympathy either because then that's just your normal, right?
That's your reality, right?
Right?
Well, this goes back to like perception is reality. And you have the ability to change your perception of a situation.
Well, see, yeah, I know, I definitely agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly, 110%. I do also agree that it's not as easy as it seems either.
No, it's not. And I don't think anybody would claim that that's easy, but I don't know. I feel like I've had this conversation with folks a lot, and I'm actually kind of having it with myself right now with everything that's going on, is that you cannot control what happens around you, how people feel about you, how people act towards you. The only thing that you can control is your response to those things.
Period.
And that's not always easy, but...
I mean, it depends. I mean, to me, I feel like it's less responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't care what drives you to do what you do to or for me.
Yeah.
Whether good or bad, you know what I mean? Like, if it's good, then yes, that kind of gives me a pat on the back, like you must be doing something all right for them to notice enough to do that for you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, once again, it's all illusion, right? Because the same person that could give you the world could also try to take you out of it if you were to cross or do something they didn't like for you to do.
Yep.
And I'm not saying it's that cynical or that simple, but it's all, that's what I mean when I say it's all an illusion. It is, when people say here today, gone tomorrow, that's the reality of it all.
Yeah.
That could equate to money, love, happiness, your depression.
Yep.
Your anxiety.
It cuts both ways.
Right. It could be strong today, gone tomorrow. Like, and it's always about the next step, the fight. You know what I mean? Like, that first step that they caught you in hurt.
Right.
But there's more to go. And you may be on the better side of it if you keep moving your feet.
Well, and it's interesting that you're framing it like that, because I immediately go to, in my teens, and I'll call it my teens and my 20s, my emotions were all over the place. And they were very much peaks and valleys. And the thing I've been criticized for at this point is, like, you're so even-keeled about everything. Like, I don't really feel the highs, I don't really feel the lows, because I know they're both temporary.
Right.
And it's like, what's the point of revving yourself up? So now, instead of it being balance. Like this shit, that's
that ikigai, that's that yin and yang, that's that tattoo you got. It's about balance. You can't live in your happiness nor your sorrows.
Right.
They say life isn't about dodging the storms, it's about learning how to dance in the rain.
I agree with that.
And I feel like that's the realest quote, right? Because if you learn how to not only cope but enjoy life in the tough times, then that depression, anxiety means not.
Right.
And we know it's temporary.
Right. For most people. I mean, there are folks where it's a chemical imbalance thing, and like, but to your point,
and that's what I'm saying.
It's your reality.
Then it's the norm at that point. So I don't feel sorry like you're going through something overly extreme, because it's your normal.
Yeah.
So then it becomes, what's worse than that?
Right.
Then are you going there? Because then it's like, oh shit, now you're depressed on the already depressed end.
Right.
Now I get it, right? But if you're just depressed all the time, then that's just your life.
That's fair.
And it sounds grim, But it's the truth.
It is what it is, yeah.
It's like my leg. Like, once you realize, like, there's certain things you can't do, that's your new normal.
True.
Get over it. You just can't do that. But the normal is, you still can do this.
Yeah.
So enjoy it. And I wouldn't say that I'm any less happy than a guy that can do the splits. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
It's just my new normal.
It's finding what that joy is for you.
It's just my new normal. So if you're that person, it's just about, and I can't say what it's about because I'm not them. But at the same time, it's like life isn't supposed to be apples and oranges. So I was thinking about it the other day. Matter of fact, it might have been today, right? The Bible says it's easier. Hold on, let me get the quote right, because I don't want to sound dumb and sacrilegious.
Just one or the other.
It's easier for a rich man to pass through the eye of a needle than to make it through the gates of heaven.
Yeah.
Is the saying. And when I think about that, right, I always think like, well, what do you expect from the podcast and all that? Because the end game is to make enough money to be well off. But my whole thing is, and the reason why I like to have groups around me is because it's not about me, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's about me.
No, but I know what you mean.
But it's not just about me. If I ever get to the point that I feel like I have too much, I have to give it away.
I get that.
Right? Because
honestly, that's the reason why I'm being so amicable with everything right now that's going on. Like, I am saying, take X, Y, and Z. I'm willing to give you this.
I'm fulfilled with what I have.
It's when I know you're starting to be greedy. All
right. Prince of Persia.
Right.
I wish we had the sands of time there. All right. But no, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying exactly and wholeheartedly. And it's damn, I'm trying to find exactly where I was going.
Well, and I'll take it just another step with that. Like, I think for me, too, that's a way for... And some of this is, protection for myself right now. Like, I'm having fun with my life.
As you should.
But when I go and do stuff, whatever that is, like, I'm fronting for it. I'm paying for it, that kind of stuff, because guess what? If I feel the need to cut something off, I don't want to feel like I owe anybody. And that is my path to feeling content right now, is that I want to have fun, but I don't want the attachment that comes with it. And so I owe you nothing when this is over.
That's exactly what I was getting at. And I wasn't getting at that per se, but I'm saying in-game pops off, as it will. It
already has. It's 2025, and we are doing this and this and only this.
You are right. Manifest it. So what I'm saying is, if I ever get to a point that I feel rich, too abundant, that means that I haven't helped enough.
I agree.
And I don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I'm just some philanthropist. I'm saying there are people in my life.
That if they're not at the same place as you, then
I'm failing, even though I have.
Yeah.
So I should never be rich ever. Even if I'm bringing in millions a year, shouldn't be rich, because you have too much to tend to for that to ever be the case.
Yep.
So it's like when you get people that start stocking up, that's where it's like I get the saying now. Because at some point you have to ask yourself what it took to get it and what it took to keep it. And it's one of those two things are gonna cost you your morals.
Yep.
Getting it or keeping it, you're gonna cross a line that you usually wouldn't have approached.
Right. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Now, the good thing about me is I was willing to cross the line before I had anything to gain or lose, or whatever the case may be. Good or bad. I was listening to the Fighter and the Kid, or The King and the Sting. One of the two podcasts, they were talking about Jordan Peterson's quote, and he was saying that people, and it's ironic that he said it now, right? Because he was saying people are so concerned about other people's feelings and not wanting to hurt feelings or do anything like that, and they want you to be, he said, but the truth of the fact of the matter is you should be a fucking monster. You should be a monster towards whatever your goals are. And then once you achieve them, you learn to control the beast.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about that. It's funny. I was trying to get Luke on the show, but we talk about that in the sense of like football all the time.
Well, football.
I want to push you to the point where like you're ready to fight someone every play, and I have to pull you back.
Football makes sense. Life, it doesn't.
No, I hear you.
Because life, I agree with that to an extent. I will never purposely step on someone to get to my goal or objective.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I just don't like you, unless it's just a pure I don't like you kind of thing.
Yeah, and speaking of people we don't like, Malcolm just hopped in the chat.
What up, fuck boy?
Saying, yo, I'm a monster, so.
Listen, he ain't no motherfucking monster. I'm trying to get him there. That nigga just don't fucking listen. That's what that is. But, yeah, no, I get that to an extent, right? Like, I do feel like you should be driven by your goals and your goals only if those are like if that's your dream, if that's your thing.
That's your North Star. Like, it's funny. Again, I'll go back to, like, the dating app life. I see all these ones that are like, I want somebody that's driven and is pursuing their goals and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm kind of at a point where, like, I'm content. Like, my job's fine. I enjoy what I do. It's fine. I like leading the team. I like kind of how that's going. But goals outside of that right now, I'm kind of like, I'm done. Like, I spent my whole life chasing certain things. And, like, the director title was one of them. Getting to that level in my career was one of those goals. Doing what I did in football was one of those goals. I'm not saying I won't have goals again, but right now, my goal is to finalize my previous relationship and live my life right now. Like, just fucking enjoy myself. Because I haven't done that. I didn't do that in my 20s. I didn't really do that in my teens. And now I'm just like, you know what? I'm cool right now. Now, give me 6 months at that, or 3 months at that, or a year at that. I'll feel differently. Because I know myself. I'm not one that'll stay in that content space for long. But, like, right now, I'm content. I'm happy with what I got.
I mean, you gotta be, even if you don't have what you would like, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not even gonna stunt. Like, I need more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I
but
get
at
that.
the same time, if this was all I ever had, I could survive.
Right.
I would be okay, and I know there's a lot of other people out there that have less, you know, but as far as being comfortable, I feel like content and comfortable are two different things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can be content with less, and you can be comfortable. I mean, of course, with more, 2 + 2, but I mean, I guess, I don't know, I guess, does comfortable equal contentment?
I think that, for me, it does right now.
Well, see, I guess that kind of goes against everything that I am in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, just even going back to the conversation we had in the beginning of me saying I like the feeling of waking up
in that kind
like
of fight or flight mode.
I like the discomfort. Like, the discomfort is what keeps me on my toes. Comfort is when a motherfucker gets fat and, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I can't ever see myself being that person.
I think maybe the difference there is,
even if I made money,
content,
I would be uncomfortable, I'd lose it.
Content, you are still at a point where, like, you're putting in the work, but you don't feel the need to, like, go above and beyond. Comfort is, I don't need to do shit. So maybe that's the difference between those two. Like,
that's a good way to put it.
Like, I'm not to a point where, like, I could walk away from my job.
Right.
Like, but I'm content continuing to work my job, continuing to get up, go to the gym, 2-3 times a week, put in the work there. Like, I'm content with where things are at right now. I'm content.
Maybe I'm not even content. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm comfortable in my discomfort.
That's fair. I get what you're saying there.
And I think that
it's funny. We've been using that phrase at work a lot recently because we're going through, like, this big, program that's going to basically change how we do business on the back end, all that shit. And the line that I've used probably in more, like, steering committee meetings with executives is, we need to get comfortable with the fact that we're not comfortable. Like, we are changing the way we work, and nobody likes change.
Right. But that's the only thing that's consistent.
Right. Because if you're not changing, if you're not adapting, you're dying.
Listen. One more time for the people in the back. Nah, I agree. You know what, though, would give me grave comfort?
What's that?
My bladder getting content with your toilet downstairs.
Oh, and I don't have any Boba Fett to talk about.
I know, I was just about to say that. Mandalorian finale, Boba Fett is dead.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick, we'll call it 2-3 minute break. We'll be right back. Peace out, fools. Come back. Welcome back, fools. Tisms and jisms. I do have something that I'd like to share with the class.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Had a friend sending me dirty children's nursery rhymes.
I think I like that friend.
Oh, me too. Happens to be the one that made the cake. I'm gonna read back through them to make sure I can share these. Make sure that they're not too scandalous. Let's just say it was the sex version of Green Eggs and Ham, and it was pretty fucking fantastic. Yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna share these, but
oh, anything green?
No. But it was in a car, in a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I mean, they were pretty good. I could do you here or there. I'll grab your ass. You pull my hair. Let's see. Would you? Could you on a boat? Would you? Could you deep throat? I don't know. There were several, and those are the cleaner ones. I don't know what it is when you take material like that, like nursery rhymes or like childhood shit, and just either make it dirty or outrageous. The shit cracks me up. I don't know why. It's the whole go the fuck to sleep book, like something like that. Oh, dude, Samuel L. Jackson reading "Go the fuck to sleep." One of my favorite things.
Is that a real book? Go the fuck to sleep?
Yes, it is. Yes, motherfucker. And I hope they burn in hell.
She said, "Would you like it on the tram? How about include my fam?"
You could probably do like a whole book off top.
But I could. I bet I fucking could. Freestyle a whole Dr. Seuss.
Oh, dirty Dr. Seuss.
Whole Dr. Simon. That's what they didn't know. His name was Simon Garfunkel Seuss. He went under the...
Pretty sure it was Theodore, but...
No, it was Garfunkel, and he went under the moniker SG after he Machiavelli'd himself. Add that to the motherfucking questionnaire. Is Dr. Seuss still alive? His work lives on forever.
That's fair. It does. He hates the Jews almost as much as Walt Disney did.
Listen, he was the original Tisms Jisms. Dr. Seuss is the original Tisms Jisms and Prisms.
And prisms. Maybe we should have just cut this to an hour and 22. Maybe we should have just called it a night.
Right. Now Dr. Seuss is in the building. Garfunkel. Excuse me. What were we talking about before we went out?
I don't know. We had followed the captain through the storm.
Somebody
to a couple of different places.
You get. You just get.
Cliff is arguing with the cat.
She got.
She did.
You get.
You know, she runs this house. She
said, "Go on, get." She said, "I can't afford you." What she said? She said, "Go on, get." The State Farm commercial. Yes. She said, "I can't afford these in-game purchases anymore." That shit was funny. Oh man, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know, man. Davy Jones. Davy Jones is a good way to put it too, right? Because they said that of course, it was a ghost boat.
Right.
Which are my thoughts, right? They're usually ghost thoughts.
they're somewhere in the back, and they're
right. They're ghost thoughts, and
then
they come in, and what's the word? They there's a word for it. I can't think of what I'm thinking of, but they kind of bring themselves to be. They solidify themselves.
They ram the captain's ship and board.
But no, it's like the Davy Jones. It's like the what's it called? What's their boat?
Pirates of the Caribbean's the Black Pearl, so it would be. What was his ship?
It's a real thing. A real.
It's like the. Oh fuck! I should know this.
It's a what's it called? What's it called? What do they call it?
The Flying Dutchman.
The Flying Dutchman. That's what I'm talking about. Because it pops straight up out of the sea, right? Exactly, right? Like
and
people
cut you off in traffic.
Right, people think they're safe. And they're like, oh, it's a beautiful day. And then you see this dark boat pop up out of the water and hit right on it. And you're like, oh, shit. Thunder and lightning everywhere, and then somebody's yanking my wheel this way and yanking my wheel that way, and I'm on the Flying Dutchman as Davy Jones, like, oh, watch out, please watch out, but it's ramming into everybody else, and I guess in the inside, it's all me.
It's true.
You know,
it's very
I'm
much
the captain saying, please don't hurt anyone. But
while I'm hurting someone.
Inside, I'm the one ramming it in here and then ramming it in there. It's me.
So.
And I'm trying to fix myself. But I'm forever locked up in Davy Jones' locker.
I had a moment earlier this week. It was Monday, and I had A-Reg because, I don't know, I think she had conferences or something. And he was playing with his Hot Wheels cars, and we had built this sweet-looking ramp. It was going awesome, having a good time, like launching it into like a box, like out of my office and then like halfway through the living room. And then he kind of faded away from that, and he wanted to play, like, it was, basically he was doing some like cops and robbers type thing.
Right.
And my son said,
you hit him with the what's it called maneuver?
The what's it called maneuver?
Yeah, where you hit the back tire and spin him out.
Popping a wheelie? No.
What's it called? The damn, I can't. Go ahead.
No, but so he's playing cops and robbers with these cars, and I noticed something. And he's chosen all the black cars to be robbers. That's what happens when he's growing up.
That's not equal to skin color, you bastard.
No, but I did ask him. I'm like,
that just means the kid's smart. He knows you go in a black car.
And I asked him, why are all the bad guy cars black? And he's like, because they're robbing people at night, Dad.
Right. He's smart. That kid's
I had to just make sure. I just had to make sure.
The fuck? The pit maneuver. And I didn't even look it up. It came to me, I promise. See, my phone's
nice.
The pit maneuver. He was pit maneuvering motherfuckers. But he's smart about that.
He was.
You don't go in a fucking red car.
No, that draws too much attention to yourself. You're getting pulled over in a red car in broad daylight doing nothing.
You may want to go in a green,
We used to have a theory about this. It's a beige Corolla.
A beige Corolla. See, I was thinking like a green, hatchback wood grain joint. You remember them old school? Yeah, like a.
I feel like my stepdad had
Chevy
one.
Chase's family vacation joint type shit.
Or the green Escort.
But that's too easy.
I got
to
away
track
with a lot
nowadays.
of shit in the green Escort.
Listen, I don't know how the fuck you did that in that motherfucker. That's a fact, Jack.
Oh, the green Escort. I missed that car. I had that bitch up to 130 between here and Cincinnati.
Man,
and it shook. It shook between 60 and 80. But if you could get it above 80, it was fine.
But yeah, motherfucker was going back to the future. That's what was happening. That
88 miles per hour.
You get that motherfucker over 80, and you need to be having the tow truck riding alongside the motherfucking ass, like a Fast and the Furious movie.
Oh man, yeah, I miss stick shift cars, man. Can't find them anymore.
You don't need them.
Well, my whole point was once you took away manual transmission vehicles from me, give me the one that drives itself. I don't care anymore. Like, driving a stick shift was fun. It was engaging. You felt like you had total control over the vehicle. This shit today, I'm just like,
Can't get ahead in the manual.
Oh, yes, you can. You just gotta get it up to. You just gotta get it up to fifth gear.
Yeah. Can't get ahead in the manual.
Actually, funny enough, the only place I've gotten ahead in a car was in a manual.
It was very interrupted.
It
It was a very interrupted blowjob. Let's just call it what it was.
Nah, it's on.
She had to finish when you got home. That's what happened.
No, I tell you what, those long stretches of 70 where it's just straight basically from here to West Virginia.
I done been there. That ain't enough though. That's only a good.
It's a 2.5 hour drive. It's a 2 hour drive.
The whole drive, but that's straight from 70 to West Virginia is only about 45. Then you hit them. You hit what is that? And hit them.
Well, you hit
mountain roads.
You gotta get Zanesville before you get to West. Like you got your prime spot is between Zanesville and West Virginia, because it's straight through there. There's less traffic.
Right. And then you hit that dead end, and you got to take that left where that Marathon gas station is. Yeah, I know.
Right. Right.
Might be giving up too much information, but my wheels are turning, and I don't know that somebody didn't yank it that way.
I think this is all you.
Oh, who? Call me Davy Jones, bitches.
I think we come up with a new nickname for you every time.
I'm gonna have a Davy Jones New Fools Agree shirt next
just
time.
like you come up with a new nickname for your co-host every week.
What are you, the negative Trayvon Martin?
I was talking about your other show. I was talking about your other show.
Okay, yeah. That's accurate.
Two Left Foot King.
Listen.
I have something to show you after the show.
You have nothing to show me. You have nothing to show me. I ain't seen about Bobby. Just different boxes of chocolate.
That's true. The white chocolate.
Listen, never know which
Comes
one you gonna get, baby.
Flavors.
Like a Snickers bar nowadays.
Here, have a Snickers.
Why
You're not
wait?
yourself when you're hungry.
Why wait, motherfucker?
That's that is my default for my kiddo.
Why wait?
When he gets cranky.
Oh, Snickers?
It's definitely, no, just
You're
food,
hangry?
food in general. Oh, by the way, little man in the championship game this weekend for basketball. His team's second place, playing for the title this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought you were saying he already lost. I was about to say first loser. Second place, first loser.
Yeah, they did lose to the first place team, but it was in
right.
But it was in week one. Like it was the
Rematch.
first week. So
Is
I'm
that
excited.
who they champion in, or who's in the championship with
Yep.
him? Rematch, baby. This is
No
go
doubt.
time.
Well, and at that point, like early on in the season, he was only getting his minutes weren't there. I'll just put it that way.
Right.
But it's a 6, 7, and 8-year-old league.
Right.
Now he's on the court at least half the time, if not more. So
I know you're
he started coming to play the last 2 or 3 weeks with like rebounds and then putting them back up. He finally started like understanding that he's more of a role player.
Right.
Although he can dribble. The problem with his biggest issue is that he has great defensive instincts when he's on defense, but he seems to like lose sight of those when he's on offense and he has the ball. So like he'll make bad decisions in terms of passing. Sometimes. But then other times he has great decisions with passing.
That's not a natural though.
No, it's not.
Because it's a different view of the court.
Right. But he knows how to bait the pass to basically intercept it.
Right. And he probably knows I'm the big man, so it's all coming through me
anyways. Yep. But that's when he's
offense, it's like it's an order to things.
Right. And at that level, there's not a lot of order to things. Like if it's not a fast break, the chances of a bucket are low.
Right. Games end up being 11-13.
Shit like that. I mean, I think almost every game except maybe the first game of the season, they put up over 20, but... And there's, they've got one kid who's 8 who handles the ball well. Like, kid's fast, and he's an athlete.
That's what's up.
But...
It's Bexley.
True. Whole bunch of white kids.
They'll be running cross country.
You still play basketball.
They'll be running cross country by 9th grade. It's all right.
Probably. Well, and Andrew will be playing fucking football. Like,
right.
He did ask me the other week about tackle football.
Did he?
Yeah, and he was planning to play flag in the spring, and now he's kind of backing off of it. He's like, no, I want to hit somebody.
Right.
I'm like,
I agree.
I hear you, but I'm not moving on my stance until middle school. Because I don't want him to get burnt out from it either.
You can get burnt out from it starting early.
Yeah.
I definitely got burnt out. But I think that was also the school I was going to, too.
I mean, I get that. And especially, like, St. Catherine's, we practice hard. Like,
I mean, but that wasn't even anything because, I came from Mifflin.
Right.
But it was just like the game was completely different by the time I got to high school. Well, it wasn't different, but it was changing, and the way I was raised to play was not the way they played at that high school. And it just made me... And don't get me wrong, I'd also played 11 years.
Yeah.
10 years. I played 10 years before...
See, that feels like...
By the time I hit my 9th grade... My 9th grade season was my 11th year of football.
Jesus, yeah.
I started when I was 4.
Whereas I played, 11 total. I played 3 years in middle school, 4 years in high school, and 4 years in college.
Yeah, I started pretty young, and I played about a good...
That's why I'm like, keep playing basketball and soccer all you want to do right now, because I don't want you to... You can get burnt out on those, too. Right. I don't care.
And that's what's crazy is I know we had the conversation last week about fighting. I wouldn't even have played football if it wasn't for my father. Mom wouldn't let me play football.
Yeah.
It just so happened my dad invited her to my first game. I don't know. Honestly, I love my pops and I don't mean to talk down on him or anything. But I don't know how he was around enough to get me to practice to get to that first game.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because that would have taken a lot. And I know he did it. I remember going to practice. And I remember my first game, he said he would give me $10 for every tackle I got. Never got the money. Asked me how many tackles I got.
How many?
7. Still remember to this day. 7 tackles. Never got the money. Didn't expect me to get that many. I just like hitting. And that's why I was saying, the whole reason why I was saying it brought it back up is I just wish instead of him doing that with football, he would have did that with boxing.
With boxing.
Right. Instead of having her come to my first game, have her come to my first fight, and then I feel like I'd have been
That's where you would have been.
Right. Because I don't have to worry about, let's be honest, playing for a white-ass school that we don't play the same.
Yeah.
We just don't play the same.
Well, especially then, too. Like, everybody by this point has come, and I'm thinking more offensively than defensively, but, like, everybody has kind of morphed into everyone runs some form of spread these days.
Right.
Where it's get your athlete in space and let them be an
right.
athlete.
Right.
But to your point, like,
that would have.
We don't put people. There's not a lot of places where like we allow players to like operate on instinct. Like,
right.
I have had when I was at SC and I was at DC, I had two safeties that I put in a position where I'm like, you have no responsibilities. We ran cover 2 robber with a kid by the name of.
Who was the robber? The free or the strong?
Was the strong. Actually, no. It was the free because we didn't have a strong.
Oh.
We were running basically a 4-4-3.
Oh, because he had an extra linebacker.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we ran cover 2 robber, so 2 corners, deep half, and then robber with the free. And
right.
But I did it because it was Davion. Like, Davion went on to play in college. Like, he played for Notre Dame College, and they almost won a fucking national title.
When you got a good defensive scheme.
But that's always been my thing. We've talked about this in the past. Like, I don't have a scheme.
Now,
I prefer to run a 3-4, but I'll run a 4-4 or 4-3. It's all based on who I have.
Gehenna's defensive scheme did work, and I can't remember what we ran out of. I honestly cannot remember. I just remember I played strong safety, and I was second string. The first string strong safety was this dude named Nick Packard, and I will give Nick Pease. He was an angry big dude.
Yeah.
Like in 9th grade, he was probably 6 foot 180. At least 5'10", 5'11", 180. Yeah. And he was angry. So
which in high school, that's a big
He would put a hit on you. Right. But he was quick, though. Like, he was athletic. Like, he was like, you could tell he was more of a basketball player than a football player.
Yeah.
But he had the mean streak to play the football position. So it was me and him at strong safety, and they would let us basically terrorize the line.
Yeah.
Like, it was the opposite of what you're describing. Like we had no
pass responsibilities.
Right. So it was basically on us to figure out if we were playing the blitz or if we were backing off and waiting for the pass.
Yeah.
And most of the time, we just got to harass the quarterback or jam the line of scrimmage to the point that the coverage would make the play.
Right.
Or we would make the play at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And I mean, that's always been my philosophy is you've got to put, one, you put your best 11 players on the field on defense. 2, you've got to let there be some level of flexibility for the kids that have the instincts.
Right.
To leverage those.
See, that was Gehenna had the softest skill players.
Yeah.
Like when I say that the Nick Packard dude was strong safety, I'll never forget the dude named Ryan Nye was free safety, and he was awful. And I don't mean that from like saying he wasn't an athlete. He just it wasn't
instinctual for him. Well, and I think too, and I mean honestly, that's part of my where I went back and forth about A-Reg. Like, it took me a while to get into like instincts when it came to football, but it didn't take me multiple years. Like,
what I went
from the first year I played was 6th grade, and by the end of my 6th grade year, I started for the 7th and 8th grade team on both sides of the ball.
Because you could see it in you, right? So what I will say to Andrew's defense of him wanting to start early is, especially from the conversations we had in the past with him being overly nice.
Yeah. Like,
knowing what he can do at his size, but not doing it. starting out young like this to where nobody's hitting that hard is gonna boost his confidence to where he's like, oh, I am that guy.
Yeah.
Like now
well,
I am.
And that's what I'm trying to get out of him even in basketball. Like I'm like
basketball's harder though.
I understand, but like even like going for a rebound, right? Like my big message to him is don't wait for the ball to come to you. Go get the ball, and if someone else is going for it, take it away from them.
Right.
Like
Right. Basketball's just a little harder because, and I don't mean harder. It's just different for us.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I've played basketball too, but it's not aggressive.
No,
it's
I hear you.
Patient.
On that.
You have to be patient. You have to let a play develop. Where football is immediately off to the races. Right. Let me get my job done.
Yes.
And hope that the guy next to me does his job as well.
Yeah. And I think when it comes to that, like my point of view on that, and it's evolved throughout the season. What I've found interesting is that when he goes against a guy that gets physical with him, he has no problem getting physical back.
I bet.
It's when like he's guarding somebody.
He just doesn't know it yet. Like,
he just
can
doesn't.
I be?
He doesn't want. Exactly.
Like,
really am I allowed to like?
See, my dad was the type.
Dude down.
My dad was. I don't care if y'all kids or not. I want to see blood if he come at you.
Right.
You better throw an elbow back.
No doubt.
So I got to the point where it was like. It was almost like I had to be the mediator.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know my dad wanted to take it too far.
Right.
My mom didn't want me to take it anywhere. And then I had to find
the middle ground.
Key where I couldn't tell you exactly how aggressive I wanted to be, but... And then by the time I got older, it was just like...
Fuck that noise.
I'm hitting everybody.
Hit them all, let God sort them out.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm Rorschach. I'm not locked up with y'all motherfuckers. Y'all locked up in here with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to show you something. I just miss it. I just miss I miss it all. I miss the impact. I miss my bell ringing. I mean,
it's the competitive stuff, and like I
miss the push more than all.
It's the Toby Keith line. Like, I know I can be as good once as I ever was, but I don't know that you're gonna get more than half a play out of me.
I don't care what it is, baby. I'm going till God don't let me go no more.
Now I pretty much just work out so I can do.
I need to work out.
Stuff.
I literally have not been in the gym since I broke my leg. And that was...
And there's no reason for you not to be working. Like, I get not wanting to work legs, but, like...
No, even legs. I need to work legs.
You need to get in there with the cleans with me.
I do. I haven't been in the gym lifting weights since May of 19. So it's been 3 years. I haven't been in the gym in 3 years.
That's not great. But, again, like... It's what you
have
I've
been active. I just haven't been lifting.
No, I get that. Well, and lifting is my active. Like, if I'm not doing that, it's maybe a jog, but usually a walk around here.
I do like the flag football and shit, but I haven't been in the gym lifting. I haven't been putting on... I've lifted the house with my dumbbells from every now and again.
Oh, that reminds me. So 2 things before you leave. 1... I got Lil Mama's camera that I've been meaning to give you. 2, you're going to think I'm crazy for saying this. I bought like ankle weights, but for your wrists that are like 10 pounds that I've started doing the like boxing and shit with on the Oculus.
Ooh.
Yeah, man, because they go around right here and you can still hold the paddles and shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, and by accident because it wasn't
your shoulders and your traps right.
And because it wasn't marked clearly, like that it was 2 came in a pack. I got an extra pack if you want it.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, so make sure I get that to you before you leave.
I gotta get the plastic though.
Yeah. I just bought one of those.
Yeah, when you start sweating in that foam,
well,
it just feels funny.
You are also in luck because as part of all that, I bought a 3-pack of sweat bands, not the additional like mask for the Oculus, but like sweat bands that are designed to cover like here and here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now they're kind of, I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of girly colors, but you're gonna have a mask on anyways.
I'm in the house. I'm in the house, and when I'm on that Oculus, because my curtains, you can see straight in my house. My pistol is right on the couch. Any boom, knock, bang, that motherfucker's off and pistols in hand like John Wick. You hear what I'm saying? I just feel, I feel the same way when I'm playing Xbox and I have the
headset on.
Yeah, like I can't hear. Like people like, I came over and I'd be like, I didn't know.
Yeah. And
that makes me feel like you better have a pistol close because they could be kicking and you don't even know until
you see the door pop open.
Right. But that's a good idea. The Oculus alone, though, see, that's the thing, though, like, it's funny, right? Because what game do you have for, like, did you say you play the boxing with? Is it the Creed still?
I did the Creed for a little bit. What I'm going to do...
Did you do Thrill of the Fight yet?
No, which I want to do that, and then I also want to grab Supernatural.
I've never played that.
But that's also like an annual subscription.
Okay. Thrill of the Fight is the best boxing game the Oculus has.
Okay.
It's the most realistic, I'll say.
Gotcha.
And, like I have people that have played on the Oculus and be like, listen, I'm getting in shape. Like, I'm ready to go some rounds. And I'll be thinking, like I tell them, like, that doesn't mean anything, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, the conditioning that you're getting from that is just running conditioning.
Right.
It's just high intensity conditioning. But the fact of the matter is that's not fighting conditioning.
Agreed, yeah.
Because you are conditioning yourself to throw punches, but you're not conditioning yourself for the receiving of punches
back,
as well as
how that takes your stamina, why you have to be tight. Dump. Yeah.
You don't get an adrenaline dump in the VR because you're not
threatened.
Right. So it's like when you're fighting, you feel like I'm on high until you're in a real fight and you're like, oh, he's hitting me.
He's hitting me back.
Now I'm feeling like I want to quit. It's not the same. It's not the same thing.
No, but to your point, like, I'm not trying to fight. I'm trying to just.
It is a great workout, though.
Weight loss, and then
that shit is a great workout.
And on top of that, my doctor was getting on me because honestly, I had more caffeine and probably a nicotine pouch before I went, and so my blood pressure was a little high.
Right.
And he's like, "Yeah, you like," because I know my body. I bulked. Like, I've bulked a little bit over the last 3 or 4 months.
My thing is sodium.
That's me too.
High sodium.
But with that, like, my blood pressure spikes because it always has. Like, I was in the best shape of my life in college at probably 285, but I was more cut and defined than I ever was in my life. And my blood pressure was through the roof then. So he was like, you got to kind of change the way you work out. Like, it's good that you're working out, but you got to change the way you work out. And so I've been doing more like HIIT style workouts. But I fucking hate it. However,
I believe that, like, change the way you work out. Like, I don't know if any of the working out would be the issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's usually the other things along with it. The way you're eating, right? The nicotine, the vape. It's not just the working out.
No, but I also know my body. Like, when I bulk, my blood pressure does go up. It always has.
Right.
So I was hitting the gym with. Oh damn! What did I do the other day? I did 12 minutes, 5 reps a minute, squats for 315, and I was so fucking sore. And I do that shit with
minutes,
cleans, too.
5 reps a minute.
So every minute doing 5 reps.
Right.
On the clock. And then I did the same thing with cleans. And cleans will get you. Like, I was doing full body, like, power cleans, like...
That's a little different, though. That's not a normal workout.
Well, it depends on what you're going for. Like, that's closer to, like, CrossFit shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's not a normal...
No, my normal was, like, 4 sets of 6 to 8, 5 to 8 reps. And up the weight each time.
Right.
That's my normal workout.
And now you're doing lighter...
I'm doing lighter, more reps, faster pace.
See, I'm no doctor, but like I said, I think that comes with other shit.
I don't disagree. Like, if I were in better conditioned shape and if I could run,
like, I don't think any doctor should be
telling me how to work out.
Don't work out that. Well, that's first. How to work out is first, right? Because you picked your side.
Right.
You picked science. In that realm, it's 2 sides.
Right.
It's physical and it's the science side of things.
Yep.
So you telling me to not do physical doesn't make sense because you're not physical.
Right.
I would almost be more inclined to take a trainer's word at that than I would a doctor's.
No, I don't disagree.
Now tell me about my cholesterol or my my
right.
blood
What meds
pressure.
are you going to put me on now?
But don't tell me how to work out.
Yeah.
Because that shit almost makes me feel like, cool out. The doctor says cool out. You cool out, and then you're even more fucked up.
Right.
Because
the flip side of it is like I needed to change anyways. I had plateaued a little bit, so like I'll change it up for a while, and if I see other results, then maybe I'll stay with it, or otherwise I'll go back.
I do just need to get back in there. When do you go? You go to the JCC, though.
I do, like at 6 in the morning. 6:30. Tuesdays and Thursdays.
They ain't let me in that bitch without a yarmulke.
or a membership.
Alright. Like, how you get in this bitch? Okay. Yeah.
Alright. Well, sir, we've made it to 2 hours on episode 100. I want to say I appreciate this, man. I love doing this show with you. And it's been a great way for us to get back together pretty much fucking weekly, which I don't think we've done since we were, 13.
Do pheromones work on yourself?
I don't know. Are you getting turned on by yourself right now?
I have been lately. Not at the moment, but I have been lately. Like it's not, I don't know what it is, right? Because
nah, man, I believe in that from post workout. I'm feeling myself, and I don't know what it is.
Either I'm wasting my pheromones or they're working on myself.
I mean, in your case, it might be better that they're just working on you and no one else. So
yeah, I think so as well. I do agree. Maybe I should love myself more. I.e. beat my meat.
Good callback.
Yeah, I think I'm wasting my pheromones. I think they're good wasted, though.
It's probably for the best.
I think so. I think I'm good. I think I'm good wasting them. I think I'm fine. I think they're good. Let's keep them in this realm. Because I am trouble.
No doubt.
Listen, for anybody thinking that they thought I was attractive, trouble. Don't do it. I wouldn't. And I know me. Don't do it.
You know, I use the same line a lot recently, and it's, I'm trouble, but I'm the best kind of trouble. So
I'm not even saying I'm the best. I'm just trouble in general. It's up to you to figure it out. I just don't know if it's worth the figure. I turn myself on. When I think about me, I touch myself. Oh, I don't want anybody else. Oh, when I think about me, Jack and cock. Oh,
And with that, do us a favor. Like, share, subscribe. Hey, 100 episodes. It'd be great if we could get to 100 subscribers.
Bang, bang.
Check us out. YouTube, Facebook, anywhere you get your favorite podcast.
Oh, I don't want.
Peace out, fools.
I touch myself.